Hello everybody. Today we're going to start doing a CRUD on our program with Echo. CRUD stands for Create, Read, Update, and Delete, which refer to the four basic operations that are performed in most databases. Uh, Create is when we creating new records or data in the database with a insert command, more often in forms where we are submitting information and work with that. That information is which what we can obtain from the or SQL table using a query to extract the existing records or data in the database and show in our terminal or website, for example. Update stands for modify or updating the record or data in the database, and delete, as the name is telling, is deleting existing records or data in the database. In summarize, CRUD is an acronym that describes the four basic operations that are performed in most database management systems or information systems to interact with stored data. Well, today we are going to start reading the records for our table to see the data we want to show. Then we are going to interact with it data, inserting or creating information to show. Then when we have already information to work with, we are going to edit this and delete it to complete our CRUD systems in Golang using the framework Echo. So we're going to start with, as always, with our main operation. We have our main that declare that the file is a main package, meaning that this file can be executed directly. Then we're going to work with the import. Import the import the necessary package for the programs. Database is equal to work with the database net HTTP to handle HTTP request. The framework Git, the framework, of course, that it's Echo to create the web service, and the MySQL driver, is the last one. Oh, it's no, it's this one. Uh, then we have the type table structure. It's not much to say. Here is the table structure with two fields to store the table data. Then the function main is what we can is what we can see there. The main function to be executed in the program. Here we can configure the SQL function as a node. Here uses the default statement to make sure the connection is closed at the end of the main function. Is that okay? And then we have it or declaration of echo for start with our framework, and then we can tell inside our main function or query for connect with our database. In this line, the host can be local host if we are working on local. Um, okay, let me move a little here. Okay, it's nice. Here we have our function to work with our queries. Our query, our most important query is this, because we are asking our database to call every data from the table named tabla. Strange. Oh, right. And then here's where we prepare the query. Bar results table is where we can create the table slice to store the results in the section for routes point next. Uh, Return is where it's return or JSON for send all messages of errors. Then in the results happened is there where we iterate over the results and add them to the slice. Um, number we have many numbers to understand where is the error in the connection or in the return of the data. Is where I always make a message where I can find if number one is error on the connection, is error on the return, on error where I am we are getting the information. So then in the JSON in summary, well in summarize, this function defines an HTTP route with the get method listening on the tail endpoint. When this route is accessed, an anonymous function is executed that gets the data from the database table. It handles possible errors and return the data in JSON format. In this case, the anonymous function uses the information, the instance of the MySQL database connection to be created early, and the variable results to store the data obtained. And at the end, log fatal is shared in the port 8080 is here where we start the web service. So let's start. As always, I have already initial the mode with go going it going go mode init, then go mode tidy, bullet or application. Here's already here. So let's start. Let's run the program. It's going to go run main.go. And here it is. As we can see, we have already running the Echo framework. So now we can see our protocol in the table. But what do we have in our table? So the table I am working is in the database table test in the table tabla. Our information is here, example one, example two, example three, and then. So we're going to go to the port 8080. I have a test already this, just to be sure in advance. So we're going to load. We keep getting information. I am reloading the table. And it's all. We have already showing in the information using a server service with the port 8080 with Golang and framework Echo. And I have this here again. So we have no any problem. Okay. coming back to our program, we are going to see on the next lesson how to make a route. Why? And if we already have working on how to show the information from a database, then we're going to work on how to insert. But with that, to insert information, we have to work with forms to send information from the form. And for that, we have to learn how to send information through a router that it's well a good way to work, a good manner to send information in a more civic way, a recommended way to work when we are sending jet and post protocols. So thank you, and hope we can see you next time.